Solve for x by using common bases. I'm going to write at the top all the information we need to know. I encourage you to pause now and try to write it yourself. Let's do the first couple to show the steps. So this is a 3. It's a very small number. It can't even go smaller. So I know it's going to be a 3. Keep the exponent. I need to express 81 in the base of 3. So 3 raised what is 81? Well, 4. Now what I'm going to do, I don't have to multiply any exponents. That'll be important for later. What I can do is I can now cross out my bases. And my new equation is 2x minus 1 equals 4. So I'm going to simply solve that like usual. Plus 1, 2x equals 5. And it's very common for this type of example where I get a fraction answer, 5 halves. I'm fine with that. 2.5, 2.5, whatever you want, that's fine by me. Same thing over here. 5 is a small enough number. Now I'm also going to put a note here. Can't be 1. We're never going to have a base of 1. So I'm going to see if I can express the 1 as a base 5. So I have 5 raised 2x minus 7. And I need to express the size as 5 raised something. So I'm going to ask myself, 5 raised what will give me 1? Well, 5 raised 0. And so now I can cross out my bases, and I can rewrite as 2x minus 7 equals 0. Plus 7, 2x equals 7, divide by 2, x equals 7 over 2, or 3.5, 3.5, however you want to express it. 7 over 2 is my answer. Okay. Now this is 37 is where it gets a little tricky, right? I see a fraction, larger numbers. Well, again, 5 is a small enough number that I can't go any smaller. So I'm going to keep that 5 raised 4x plus 3. Now this is where number 2 is going to get important when it gets real tricky like this. Well, I need to write this as 5. Well, again, 5 raised what gives me 1 over 125. Well, I get 125 by raising it to a third power, and I get the fraction by making it a negative sign. Remember my voice. Negative exponent, fraction bar. So see if you could reverse it. Fraction bar, negative exponent. So now I'm going to cross out my, oops, I'm not going to do that because we still need to do this. It turns out this is my replacement of the parentheses, and it's x minus 2. Well, I now need to, and I'm going to erase this for a moment, I now need to multiply my exponents. I now need to multiply this, which goes up there, which I already wrote there. And I'm going to distribute negative 3x plus 6. And I'm going to cross out my bases and do a rewrite. 4x plus 3 equals this part, negative 3x plus 6. Now I ask you to pause now and try to solve this yourself, and I will do the same. And you got x as 3 over 7 as my answer. Same thing for 38. Now 4, you would think, well, 4 is a smaller number than 8, so I'm going to see if I could express this as a 4, but I can't. See, 2 is the common thing that you could write as both. So I need to say, well, 2 squared gives me a 4. And 8, what? 2 to the what gives me 8? Well, 2 to the third. And I'm going to multiply by distributing and solve. All right, cross out the bases and solve. Get x on the same side, solve for x. And I'm out of time. I'll have to go to the next one for part 2. But your answer is negative 16 over 9.